The last key, the last core value which you have proven is respect. Respect is showing regard for the worth of something or someone. Your efforts here have done both, with the physical restoration of this memorial and rendering the respect deserved towards the veteran sons and daughters of Rutland. Liam, you have reached that point in life between youth and manhood where your actions begin to define who you are. Continue this path. Don't slow down. Don't look back. And to the parents of Liam Dearden, Paul, and Lee Dan, well done. Well done. Liam's older brother, Connor, is a second-year cadet at the United States Air Force Academy in Colorado. And Liam is seeking to follow in his brother's footsteps next year. This town, is grateful for you and your family. Our country could use more Deardens. In closing, to our veterans, we thank you. May the rededication of this restored memorial serve as a solemn reminder of your sacrifices on behalf of a grateful town. Liam, come forward. So, at this time, I'd like to introduce our state senator, Annie Goby, and our state representative, Kim Ferguson, to come forward.
Thank you. As usual, we're going to be a tag team. So Liam, don't go too far. Come on back up. We certainly want to recognize all of the amazing work that you did and the talent and treasure that you have given back to the town here that will last for a very long time. We're very appreciative of all your hard work and dedication to that. Congratulations on becoming an Eagle Scout candidate, right? When's the big day coming soon? Very good. And on your future endeavors. We wish you the best of luck with all of that, and we hope to hear more about you and all the great things that you and your brother are doing. So thank you for everything you've done. We have a letter of congratulations from the senator and myself, and we certainly are going to be seeing more from you in the future. So thank you for all you've done. Thank you.
Liam, I did notice, though, Jeff didn't give you that fifth key, which is the key to his safe deposit box. Maybe we can work on that. Can work on that later, maybe, Jeff. But congratulations, and make sure that you let Kim and I know when your Eagle Scout ceremony is going to be, because we'd love to be there to offer you some more congratulations. So thank you, and thanks, Mom and Dad.
Sorry, a little miscommunication there with our sign language. So the second part of our presentation is obviously honoring our veterans, past, present, and the special rededication ceremony today. We want to obviously say thank you. We know thank you is not enough, but we truly want to say that, we are so proud of everyone, their families, our veterans, and what you've done for us and our country. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much. And to everyone out here, the only other thing I was going to say is I often say when I'm speaking with the young children in the schools, if you see a veteran, wearing a shirt, a hat, uniform, please go up and say thank you. And I've tried to teach children that, and I know a lot of us are trying to instill that in the next generation. Go up and say thank you. Thank you for everything that you've done. But also, let's take it a step further, and we were just talking about this. In addition to saying thank you, many of us should be saying, tell me about your service. Thank you for your service, but tell me, why did you enlist? What did you do? What was your sacrifice for our country, you and your family? How long? Things like that, because I think our veterans want to tell us that story and share as well, and we should honor them by doing that. So thank you again, everyone. It's an honor to be here today with you. I'm going to turn it right over to Anne.
Good morning again. Thank you to all the veterans, and it is nice to see so many of the younger people that are here today and the Scouts. We certainly appreciate that. And you know, I think when you take a look at the names that are on this monument and look at the veterans that are here, you realize for a small town like Rutland, how many men and women have given back to this country. And I don't know what the percentage is, but to me, I would say that you've done more than your fair share in the town of Rutland to do that. I've had the good opportunity this year. I'm a member of the American Legion Auxiliary, and I serve as the state director for legislation. And in that role, I get an opportunity to go to a lot of Legion and Auxiliary events. And at last weekend, at one of the events I was at, Jake Comer, and some of you probably remember Jake, he was a national commander, he's from, past national commander, he lives in Quincy. Jake ends every single one of his speeches in the same way. And he says, when we hear, we often forget. When we see, we remember, but it is when we do that we understand. And you're doing. And that's what we need to do on Veterans Day. It's an opportunity for me, for Kim, for all of us to remember that and to recommit ourselves to make sure that we are there to help. We have 323,253 veterans in Massachusetts. So there's an awful lot that we can continue to do, that we can do individually, but it always starts here. It starts in our homes. It starts in our communities. So on behalf of Kim and I, do you want me to? Or do you want me to? Okay. We're just going to present, how about to, come on. On behalf of Kim and I and the governor and lieutenant governor, this is a proclamation. We're not going to read the whole thing, but at the very end of it, hereby proclaiming November 11th, 2019 to be Veterans Day, and urge all the citizens of the Commonwealth to take cognizance of this event and participate fittingly in its observance. And obviously, the town of Rutland is doing just that. So thank you to all of you. Congratulations, gentlemen.
Thank you, Senator and Representative. Appreciate it. At this time, I'd like to welcome our town administrator, Mike Nicholson, and our chair of the Rutland Select Board, Sheila Dibb, come forward for a proclamation. Thank you.
Good morning. To echo the sentiments that Representative Ferguson and Senator Goby just said, thank you to all of our veterans who are here, and thank you to everyone who came out today. They just said it best. We'll never be able to say thank you for the service that you guys have done for our country here. But I also say it's a testament to our veterans who we have here today. When you look around the crowd here and see who our veterans are, that after they went and served for our country as a whole, they came back and continued to serve for us here in the town in any capacity that they could. And when you look at the names on this monument here, and just their names you recognize, their names you know from around the town, because they do come back and they do continue to help and serve our community here, just like they went and served our community elsewhere when they were in their service. So on behalf of a grateful town and a grateful community, thank you to everyone who's here for your service. Can we get a round of applause? Thank you.
Before we do the proclamation, I just want to say thank you all so much for coming out today. It's such a sign of the spirit of Rutland to see the turnout that we have here today, as is right on this Veterans Day. And I want to give one last shout out to Leah, because maybe one of the things we all can work on a little bit better is the fact that my clearest memory, and I think what I'll think of every time I walk by this memorial, is that he was out here on one of the hottest days of the year, when most of us were probably out at the beach or in our pools and out swimming. And he was out here doing some hard manual labor to make this memorial look the way it does. Such a sign of care and respect, and we just appreciate it so much, Liam. So thank you again.
And so, on behalf of the town of Rutland, it's my privilege to be able to read our proclamation. Town of Rutland Select Board, a proclamation on Veterans Day and the rededication of the War Memorial. Whereas November 11th was commemorated as the anniversary of the ending of World War I as a holiday known as Armistice Day, to pay tribute to the heroes and rededication to the cause of peace. And whereas in 1954, Armistice Day was expanded by President Dwight D. Eisenhower, changing the name to Veterans Day, calling for an observance of November 11th with appropriate ceremonies, and in order to expand the significance of the commemoration, in order that a grateful nation might pay appropriate homage to the veterans of all its wars who have contributed so much to the preservation of this nation. And whereas all citizens are called upon to observe November 11th as Veterans Day, to solemnly remember the sacrifices of all those who fought valiantly on the seas, in the air, and on foreign shores, so that their efforts shall not have been in vain. And whereas on this site, on the town of Rutland Common, rests a fitting war memorial in tribute to the sons and daughters of Rutland, who have served and preserved our heritage and our freedom. And whereas this monument was dutifully restored and enhanced by Liam Dearden as part of his Eagle Scout project with the Boy Scouts of America, therefore be it resolved that the town of Rutland, on behalf of its citizens, is grateful to its son Liam for his allegiance and hard work in the restoration of the war memorial, and to its sons and daughters who fought for our country. In observance of this Veterans Day, we all share in the rededication and the return of this fitting monument in tribute to the sons and daughters of Rutland who have served their nation well. Presented on behalf of the Select Board, this, the 11th day of November, signed Sheila Dibb, Mitch Rossetti, Leah Whiteman, Wayne Walker, and Jeff Stillings. Thank you. Liam and Mr. Rashala, could you please join us up here? On behalf of the town of Rutland, we'd like to present the American Legion, as well as Liam, with copies of this proclamation. Thank you. Liam, don't go too far. As some of you may have seen or heard, I had the honor and privilege a couple of weeks ago to travel down to Washington, D.C., where one of the events I got to take part in was I had the honor of laying a wreath at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldiers. At the conclusion of that ceremony, I spoke to the tomb guard and told him about Liam's project that he has here. So Liam, on behalf of a very grateful town and the guard of the Tomb of the Unknown Soldiers, I have a challenge coin here to present to you for the work that you did here. So congratulations.
At this point, do we have anybody in the audience, in this group that's here, that might want to say a few words regarding this monument? Anybody that wants to come forward, if you'd like? With that then, okay, so we're at the point where we want to have some special remarks, but again, I just want to reiterate how thankful we are. Liam, your father, all your family, your crew that helped you work in this. It's really a special, special project. With that, we'd like to invite you up here to say a few words.
Glad to see such great attendance today. I'd like to thank you all for coming out. My Eagle Scout project was born out of my deep appreciation for our veterans and a strong desire to improve the recognition and respect that they deserve. Many of our townmates share these same beliefs, as evidenced by the overwhelming support that this project has received. More than 200 people from Rutland have donated both small and large amounts to make this project a reality. It's important for me to recognize and thank them all. A special thank you to the Rutland Sportsman's Club, Rutland Nurseries, Green Gardens, the American Legion Post, the Rutland DPW, the Board of Selectmen, the Town Clerk's Office, the special individuals, Mrs. Judith Andrews and Selectman Jeff Stillings. The Rutland community showed up and stepped up, providing support, guidance, and the funding necessary to make this project come true. Soon there will be a plaque with the names of our local veterans that have served and are currently serving in the War on Terror. I ask that you revisit and reflect on the memories and sacrifices that townmates have given. It has been an honor to be a part of this project, and again, I thank you for your support and sense of community. Thank you.
If we could ask our two ribbon holders to come up front, please. Jeff? I'd also ask that the veterans in the group, if you would like to come forward with us, we're going to do the ribbon cutting now, so we'd like to get a lineup of veterans here. We're going to have Liam's family come forward, please. It's going to be a pretty good sized line, and we'd like you. Come on up, please. Right on the sidewalk. Line up right down here in the sidewalk, please. You're going to have to get in nice and tight together here so we can do this. Good. The sun is blessing us. If you everybody now this line, if you all you guys please move forward right up behind Liam and his family. As close as we can get, and then we'll all kind of make a few more steps forward towards the ribbon, please. And Jeff, take it away from there.